Hi, welcome back to Box to Lives game channel. I wanted to do a single video to show you some of the expansions that you can get for Lord of the Rings card game and perhaps show you a little bit of gameplay for The Hobbit. This is the core game and you can see the box is starting to get some wear now through lots of use. And the game has really come alive again for me as a solo game through these adventure packs and expansions that I've recently got. And it was The Hobbit that I wanted to show you. So this is the core game, and you can see the difference in size. These little expansion boxes, they're really great, neat little boxes, fantastic quality. And these little expansions these are the adventure packs. So just a little box of cards. But it was these guys I really wanted to show you. This one here is a Gen Con's 2012 special event, the Battle of Lake Town, and this is just an adventure. So there's no player cards in here, no new heroes. I'm yet to try it out, but it looks great, but really tough. This is the Shadows over Mirkwood Adventure Pack series, and I can't get these anywhere at the moment. They're just really hard to come by, but I understand they're reprinting. I looked on Fantasy Flight website and it looked like something like August 2013, so August this year these might be becoming available again. And these are a couple of adventure packs from the Daredevil series, and this is Khazad-dûm expansion. So here we head into the mines of Moria, and there's a lot of dwarf action going on. And this is really handy actually if you want to use these for The Hobbit, because these two, and they're calling this a Saga expansion, these two together, this is the first one, this one has just been released on the doorstep. They see you right from the beginning of the story of The Hobbit through to the end of the story. So you can reenact that whole story, that whole book of The Hobbit from beginning to end, and if you've read the book or even seen the movie, you'll know that the dwarves play a major part in this adventure. The other thing I wanted to quickly mention was if you're looking for somewhere to go buy this stuff, I've got mine from Green Knight Games, who have a store, a proper shop, but also sell stuff online. And their service is just fantastic. And this is just a genuine recommendation from me. They're not paying me to say this. This is just where I've been getting my stuff. And their service is really great. The delivery was perfect. And you can track your order online, and they'll tell you when it's fulfilled. They'll let you know with a personal mail if things are running late. Superb service. So go check them out. Green Knight Games, highly recommended by Rick here. They aren't standalone. You do need the core game. Let's take a closer look. Overhill and Underhill's the first, and yeah, the box is a little oversized, but it really feels nice to fit the rule book really. And you get 3 decks of cards in here. Let's have a quick look at the new things that come with this expansion pack. The first thing you might be interested in is the new heroes. We get 5 new heroes. I'm going to put Bilbo's one of them to the side for the moment. But as you can imagine, we're going to be looking at some dwarves for The Hobbit. So we have Beorn, Ori, Nori, and Thorin, Oakenshield. And then we get Bilbo Baggins. The interesting thing about Bilbo is that he becomes a fourth hero. Right, so normally you only have 1, 2 or 3, and mostly you're going to play with 3 heroes, right? But Bilbo, he becomes a 4th hero that you control, and it's always the first player that gains control of Bilbo. So if you're playing solitaire, he's always with you, but if you're playing with more than one, then Bilbo's going to be passing from player to player, and he's got his own new sphere of influence here, the Baggins sphere. And that's okay, like all your other heroes, he will be getting a new resource at the beginning of every turn. And what can he spend those resources on? Well, aside from his ability, there are some new Baggins sphere cards as well. But there is only 3. And in Overhill and Underhill, it's Burglar Baggins. And that's pretty neat. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but there you go. There's 3 copies of this Burglar Baggins card that you can add to your player deck. And of course, in addition, there's neutral sphere cards. So we have a new Gandalf. That's new from the core deck. There's 3 copies of that. There's 3 copies of every card. And the rest of the player cards are going to be very dwarf heavy on the allies side, as you can imagine. And there's some great new stuff. But there's one other extra addition on the player cards side, and that's these treasure cards. And that's one of the themes of this Saga expansion, is that introduce these new types of cards called treasures. And these things get added to your player deck, but not at the beginning, not when you start the Saga. The idea is that you'll discover these treasures as you journey through each adventure. And from adventure to adventure, you can carry these treasures with you. But they operate in a sequence, and during each of those adventures, you could be finding one or more of these treasures, and then you can take those treasures with you on the next quest that you undertake in the series, right, all the way through to the second Saga expansion on the doorstep. So if you're going to pick these up, I recommend getting Overhill, Underhill first, and then on the doorstep. Of course, you can start here if you wish. But, if you want the full adventure and you want to get all the treasures that you can bring through with you, then you're going to want to pick up both. As you can imagine, there's going to be a huge stack of enemies, and we're looking at lots of goblins. Alright, they're fantastic. And we have the trolls, that if you're familiar with the books, we've got William, Bert and Tom. And also, Gollum's going to make an appearance. Here's his treachery card. It likes riddles. Alright, so it's going to be great fun. I've not played through this yet, but what I want to do now is give you a little bit of gameplay as well. I'll show you what's in the second Saga expansion on the doorstep. So this is the latest one, and again, the contents are similar. Okay, so we've got 5 new hero cards, we've got 45 new player cards, 102 encounter cards, and 13 quest cards, which have all got jumbled up because I've got them out of the box. So let's take a little closer look at what's in here. So we have our 5 new heroes, and there's once more a new Bilbo. And I think this Bilbo is a little bit better than the previous Bilbo, so it kind of gets a little bit stronger as you go along. And once more, he has the Baggins Sphere, and there's 3 Baggins Sphere cards in this box that you can add to your deck. We've got more treasures that you can find and bring along with you. And remember, you could be bringing along the treasures you found from the first expansion as well. So we've got Bilbo's ring, the Arkenstone, Mithril's shirt, Thrall's battle axe, hunting bow, and golden cup. The magic ring is going to make an early appearance. It will come straight out in the first scenario as it goes. Here's our heroes, and once more we're kind of dwarf dominant. We've got Oin, Bomber and Balin, and we've also got Bard the Bowman. I'm going to give you a little bit of a playthrough, perhaps of Flies and Spiders. So when I finish showing you the contents, if you don't want to get any sneak previews, you can switch off, and it'll all be a big surprise for you. But I'm going to give you a little, for those folks who want to see some gameplay, and in particular perhaps how Bilbo works, then I'll give you a few... maybe a turn or two of Flies and Spiders. Great quest. And, of course, the bad guys. We got the Great Hall, as you can expect, and who's this pretending to sleep? It's Smaug the Magnificent. Alright, so there's some great stuff to look forward to, lots of goblin orcs. One other thing, what else have we got here? We have these great spiders. So if you're an arachnophobe, look out for Crazy Cob, the Wicked Spider, Lazy Lob. Alright, so we're going to see these, I think, now perhaps when we do a little bit of gameplay for you. Here we are then, we're set up for the beginning of Flies and Spiders from the second part of the Hobbit Saga expansion on the doorstep. I've got my 3 heroes plus Bilbo Baggins, my quest deck, encounter deck, player deck, and my threat begins at 30. I've chosen the leadership sphere, and we have Gloin from the core, Thorin Oakenshield, and Balin from the Hobbit expansion. And of course, as the first and only player, I start the game with Bilbo Baggins. The important point is, if Bilbo Baggins leaves play, then the players immediately lose the game. So you've got to look after Bilbo. We start the quest, Flies and Spiders, going into Mirkwood. And during setup, each player may shuffle one copy of Bilbo's magic ring into their player deck, which I've done. And we need to search the encounter deck for the Spider's Glade and put it to one side. Well, I've already pulled aside Spider's Glade. It's on the top, so we'll put this out of play for now. And then we're going to reveal one encounter card because we're playing just a solitaire. And we get a Wicked Spider. So this goes into the staging area, which I like to place here. I set up slightly differently when I'm playing solitaire because I think you've got a little bit more space to work with. So my staging area is up here, my player area down here, and then as things engage, I drag them down. So if they're over this little line in the table, I call them in the staging area. Let's draw our 5 cards for the start of the game. I'll show you those in a moment. And let's begin our quest. Stick to the forest tracks, keep your spirits up, hope for the best. And with a tremendous slice of luck, you may come out one day and see the long marshes lying below you, and beyond them, high in the east, the lonely mountain where dear old Smaug lives. Let's give each of our heroes one resource token. The good thing about Bilbo is, although he's not going to be able to use this to play leadership cards, we can play neutral cards like Gandalf, and of course the Baggins Sphere cards that I've built into the deck. We'll draw a card for the start of the game and see what we've got. It's going to be quite dwarf heavy, this setup. Rock Iron Fist, Hardy Leadership, Gloin Boots from Erebor, Cram, and we've managed to draw a treasure. And this is a treasure that we found during the first half of the saga. It's Sting. And with a 0 cost, then of course we're going to attach this to Bilbo Baggins. Bilbo gets +1 of each skill. And it's got a nice little response action as well. Anyway, I don't really want to show you that. I want to show you how Bilbo plays. And the first thing I'm going to do with Bilbo is use his action. Spend 1 Baggins resource, which we're going to do, to search our deck for a treasure card and add it to our hand. Well, we've found Sting already, so let's go find the ring. Well, the truth is, I already knew I was going to do this, so I put the ring on the bottom before I shuffled my player deck. I always start this adventure this way. So Bilbo's magic ring is going to go on Bilbo. And the good thing about this is that we can gain resource by exhausting the ring, or as a response effect, when Bilbo defends the ring, then we raise our threat by 3 to automatically cancel all damage from an attack. So Bilbo's a good defender. He can go in, defend, exhaust his ring, use his ring. Yes, our threat goes up by 3, but that attack is going to do no damage. So he's a good little damage soaker, old Bilbo, when he's got that ring on. Got a good couple of 0 cost cards as well, and these boots we're going to attach to a dwarf or hobbit. Only 1 set of boots per character, and they get +1 hit point, and that's going to go on Gloin here. Gloin's good at taking damage and getting resources, so let's up his hit points with those boots. This is a pretty good starting hand, actually. We've got another attachment here called Cram, and this is another 0 cost action. Discard Cram to ready attached hero. So we can attach this to one of our heroes, and I think we'll attach that to old Thorin Oakenshield, because we can use him to quest and to attack using Cram. We've still got quite a bit of money left. I'm going to save Hardy Leadership and Brock. Let's play Gloin. Let's get an ally down on the table. Another dwarf. He's going to cost 3. Alright, we spent all our money. Let's go questing. I think we'll take a bit of a chance here with Bilbo to defend, with Thorin with his cram. I know he can ready himself to attack, and then or defend if another monster comes out. So let's commit everybody to the quest. I'm happy with that, except Bilbo. Happy? I'm kind of assuming everyone knows the rules of this game already. If you don't, go back and watch my earlier playthrough. So we've now committed everyone to the quest. We've got to draw an encounter card, and we get a giant web. I love this theme of these spiders with their webs and the creepy spider monsters. They're excellent. This one's got 3 threats, so it's quite high. While giant web is the active location, each of our characters loses 1 point of their skills. After giant web leaves play as an explored location, ready an unconscious character. That's interesting. It's introduced the unconscious term already, as actually did our quest card. Now let's put this in the staging area, and I'll tell you what unconscious means. There's a new keyword introduced in this expansion, and it's venom, poison and poisoned. Venom is going to damage our characters in different ways, and what we do is we grab one of our player cards and we put it face down, and that acts as a point of poison. And when we've got as many poison cards as our hit points, then we become unconscious, and unconscious characters cannot attack, defend, collect resources, trigger abilities, be poisoned or ready. So we've got to find other ways to bring these characters conscious again. And of course we lose these player cards as well. So here's our staging area, a wicked spider in a giant web with a total threat of 4. Our total willpower is 2, 3, 2 and 2. So that's 5 progress counters already as we head deep into Mirkwood. I don't think we'll travel to where the giant web is. I think we will... no, we'll leave it there. We'll leave it in the staging area, and this wicked spider will engage this. And now we'll use cram. Let's get rid of cram. We'll discard cram to ready the attached hero. Okay. Combat now, and let's give this wicked spider a shadow card. And we're going to defend with Bilbo. And the first thing we'll do is use the response effect of Sting. Right, Bilbo's going to get +1 willpower, +1 attack, +1 defense, but the response effect says, after Bilbo Baggins exhausts to defend, discard the top card of the encounter deck and deal damage to the attacking enemy equal to the discarded card's threat strength. Pretty cool, huh? Let's draw. And it's not a good one. It's a treachery card, which of course has no threat. It hasn't worked. We've swung with Sting and we've missed the wicked spider. This goes in the discard pile. But we also have Bilbo's magic ring. And this says, after Bilbo exhaust to defend an attack, exhaust Bilbo's magic ring and raise your threat by 3 to cancel all damage from this attack. Which I am definitely going to do. This wicked spider's got a strength 4 attack. Bilbo's defense is 1 +1 from Sting. We can parry the wicked spider's blow a little bit, so that will be 2 damage to Bilbo, and he's only got 3 hit points. So we're definitely going to do that, and we're going to raise our threat up to 33. Besides, I wanted to show you the mechanics of how Bilbo operates. And now let's have this thing attack. Let's see if we've got a shadow effect. We do, but it may not make a difference. It says if the defending character is destroyed by this attack, its controller must raise his threat by 5. So it's a nasty shadow, but it's not doing anything. And the Wicked Spider's attack does no damage as Bilbo slips on the ring and disappears from the Wicked Spider's view. Next then, with Thorin now readied, we're going to use him to attack. Thorin's attack's pretty strong, it's 3. That's 2 damage, 3 minus 1 on the Wicked Spider. This Wicked Spider is venomous, but that venom is not effective. It only works when the Wicked Spider's attack damages the defending character, which he hasn't done. But there is this forced response, and this one says when the enemy attacks, defending player must attach 1 poison to a character he controls. So this isn't damage, this is something that is going to happen, so we do have to add a poison card because this spider attacked. I don't think that poison counts as damage per se, so I think that's the ring doesn't cancel that one out. So poison means we have to take one of our player cards, one that's top of the deck. We're not going to look at it, and we get to choose one of our characters. It doesn't have to be the defending character, remember. This is what Wicked Spider says. He's just going to strike out with some venom and poison one of the party. Let's put that here on Gloin. So this card is going to remain face down, and that denotes a piece of poison. If I get 3 face down cards on Gloin, because his hit point is R3, then Gloin will be unconscious and he won't be able to do anything. He won't be able to take part in the game until we find a way to revive him. And I'm going to let you discover how to revive unconscious characters for yourselves, because I mean like that. Yeah, I don't want to take all the fun away. Okay, our threat goes up to 34. Alright, and then we'll start a new game. So that's enough. I've showed you one turn. I hope you've got a feel for how Bilbo comes into the game. He's an extra hero. He will play his part. He takes a resource token. There's going to be cards in the deck that are part of the Baggins sphere that he can pay and put into play. And there's a whole ton of stuff that helps our dwarves, new dwarf heroes, and some wicked adventures to work through. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this quick look at the Lord of the Rings LCG, the Hobbit Saga expansion. Bye for now.